All right, it's that time of season for the kids to realize it's warm enough for the pool to be swam in. Can't hide it anymore. So the pool we got is one of those Intex pools, but the filter on it is garbage. So we ended up getting this Intex SX 1500 that was at Academy. It was about $170-ish, but it takes roughly 26 pounds of sand. So we're going to see how well that works and just take you over to what we're dealing with, because right now it's extremely dirty. We took out all the water because last year we did not level it perfectly, so it was like a ½ inch off on one side. So my UTV door's open because the kids have been playing with it. So we gotta figure that out. Or no, I gotta, as you can see how dirty it is right now. Oh, there's actually a dead bird in there. But I love this pool, absolutely love it, just because it came with this thing. This thing is basically like your bigger pool filters. It goes into an actual filter basket, but this filter, it has the just your standard mesh filter. And so we gave it a whole summer to see how hard it would be to battle it, and it just, we bought the thicker, or not thicker, but I guess you call it thicker, but the better micro grain or whatever, smaller grain sediment filter, just everything to see. But that just made it worse, because you know it would catch the green, all of it, but not even 2 hours it would be jammed. So nothing really worked. So as far as I understand, I haven't really looked it up too much. I can just take the filter out of here, keep the basket in there, but then just use it as the basket still, but run it off the new pump. It shouldn't, the water should just flow through it without having to turn it on or anything. And so we'll see how hard or easy that is, but it's time to redo this pool. But first I've got to get the rest of this water out, and then re-level it. It's just on this side, it needs to be dropped about a ½ inch. Alright, so I've taken the pull down. It was just the easiest to do. I'm gonna re-level all of this. It's not bad, it's really just over there. I got too lazy and didn't make the hole big enough, so I just gotta cut that out. Okay, we got the floor level. Forgot to record it. Okay, and then now we are cleaning it now. But see if there might be something I could use. I think that was jacuzzi stuff. Now we're just filling it up. It's about to rain though. And then, so the first thing on the pump that I got, this goes in it, but the hole is not big enough. But the tape part, sealant, is bigger than the radius of this, so I'm just going to cut it. The thickness of that washer thing on the inside is from here all the way to here, so I'm just cutting that. I'm not actually cutting anything else, but that'll now allow me to, it's still tight enough where I can just screw it, and as I screw it, it's pulling that material straight to it. Alright, I just gotta go to the pool store to get an adapter for this guy. This hose fits into the other hose, but that's about it. So now, as you can tell, we got that in there. Water is flowing. Wife's getting in there for some reason. Life's good. All right, we've got the pool pretty much set up. So now we're going to work with this guy. As you can see, there's all of it. So let's go ahead and stick this outside. Okay, and I didn't want to wait. Our store did not have the appropriate adapter that I needed to go from the Intex normal hose fitting to the new Intex, because the new one's like a 2-inch. So I just came up with this. So here's the new Intex, and then I've got it going to a it's just a 2-inch adapter. So it's a thread on one end that you can put a 2-inch pipe on this end, and then it's then going into a 2-inch to a 1.5-inch, I do believe is what this one was. So 1.5, and then this is the only thing that's pool related. Is then at Lowe's they had the 1.5 that goes straight into just like this. So that's kind of the mechanism that I'm using as my adapter. Yeah. Alright, we've got the pool all plugged in as fast as possible. So now let's go read the instructions to see what all needs to be done. Okay, it's definitely been one of those days where everything you do just gets worse. But I think we finally got it enough where it'll work. So, pool is working really good. Starting to circulate. I put some pool shock in it. I haven't really washed it or rubbed it down either, so but I had a big problem between the old pump, because the pump mechanism's on the inside, and I was aware of that, and then the new pump, it was creating some restrictions. That's why the ground is so wet right now, because I had to take it on and off a lot. But I finally got it. All you had to do is just unscrew the bottom of that. You can actually take the see if I can find it. It's so muddy over here. Basically this, which was like I'm gonna call it a flow restrictor, but it's actually the motor that powers the motor that spins and sucks the water. Got that out, but when trying to put it back in, it was a nightmare. Still is. It's still leaking. It's dripping every 5 seconds or so, so I gotta get that out. But this worked perfectly. Once you put the sand in and get everything going, now that I know that this is gonna work, it's leaking quite a bit, so I gotta reseal it up, but I at least wanted to get this somewhat circulating. So, yep. These are water shoes though. These are my play shoes. Yeah, you can touch the water. And so now we wait, and we can swim in it tomorrow. Alright, I wanted to give you an update. It's been about a week. We've had a birthday party, so like 10 kids swimming in the pool, just on and off. It's rained a couple of times, and I'm impressed with this pump. So it is, I don't know how much you can tell, but it is clear. It's really clear. I mean, with the other, just the default pump, just having it at just like not even 40 hours, almost 2 days, it would start getting green, and it was just ugly. This, no problems at all. So I'll show you the two things that I do. So obviously the pump, anytime it hits the yellow, I just go ahead and I hit that backwash. I don't even, not even a minute of backwash, and then a minute of rinse, and then back to filter. That does it, no problems. And then the other thing that helped with the cloudiness was I ended up getting one of these, I think at BJ's. It's just like this little Best Way rechargeable pump thing. But what I like about it is it's not super strong, but it's got a little basket that sits inside of it. So all the water sucks into the basket, and then the water, flows out. But it's picked up so much sand and, all the grass that goes through it. And I didn't think it was going to be that good of a pump, but for what I need it for, just to get that little bit of dirt that's off the bottom, shockingly, that has helped dramatically. So I highly recommend it. I fought it for a whole year with just using the regular little mesh settlement filter, is what I call it. I just couldn't get the pool to last more than, really 2 days before it started getting cloudy, and it didn't matter. I could put as many chemicals as I want. I would go to Leslie's and just say, hey, and they would just be like, you just got too much chlorine in your water, blah, blah, blah. I just couldn't get it. And they would tell me, because my pool's so small, I don't really have to worry about chemicals too much. I can just really just use the shock and be good. And I'd be like, well, it's just not working. Upgrade it. If you've got an Intex or any pool that's 20 feet or less, just upgrade to the sand filter. If you don't have the sand filter, I highly recommend it. It costs $170 for it, and maybe $20-30 for the bag of sand. I can't remember how much the bag of sand was, but I used half the sand, so the other half will be for next year. So you can't really beat it, and it's worked. I don't do anything now. I just dump every so often, just the pool shock, and my levels come out perfect. The only thing that doesn't come out perfect, but it's still way better than me fighting it, was the it would show the alkalinity was a little low, but I'm fine with that one. If that's all I have to do is every other day just put in a little bit of shock and be fine, it's way better than it was, because I was using whatever I could and nothing was working. Another thing, like, I was using one of those little float chlorine tabs, and just in case anybody else is watching this and trying to figure this out, the guys at Leslie's was like, don't put that, your water will be cloudy at all times because it's just too much chlorine. For, I think ours is either a 15 or an 18 foot round pool, I can't remember, but they were like, that's just too much chlorine. They literally were like, just buy those bags of shock, just every so often, just reshock your pool, completely fine. I don't have to worry about anything else. So I believe it now. After getting that sand filter, it's not a stress. I still have a few, like the stabilizer and stuff, just in case, but I haven't used it. It's been over a week with heavy use of like kids that are, my oldest is 9, so 9 and younger, and like 10 to 12 kids, and so, you know, it's gonna be nasty stuff all in it, and it's still clear as could be. I got one right there. He's about to get in the pool. You can get in the pool. So just get it. If you're thinking about it, go ahead and get it. Don't think, just get it.